Welcome to your gentle flow yoga practice. Today we'll be focusing on fluid movements, moving with our breath, connecting our thoughts, our breath, and our body all as one. And our intention is to improve our range of motion and just get the lymphatic system and the circulatory system moving. Start by stepping up to the top end of your mat. Root down through both feet. Inhale, sweep the arms up, reach tall. Exhale, bend your knees, fold forwards, bringing your hands to the mat. Let your head hang heavy. Nod the head yes a couple of times. Let it hang heavy. And then shake it no. And let it hang heavy again. Breathe in, lengthen your spine. Breathe out, fold your nose towards your knees. Bend both knees and take a big step back with the right foot. Drop the right knee down to the mat and walk that knee back until you feel a bit of a stretch in the front of the right hip. Remember, you can always put a cushion or double your mat over underneath that knee to give it a little bit of extra support. We're going to start with keeping the right hand on the floor, left hand to left thigh. Turn your belly towards your front thigh. Breathe in, get longer from the top of your head, out through to your back knee. And as you exhale, just twist a little deeper, looking over the left shoulder a bit. Let your hips melt heavy towards the mat. Unwind back to center, pick up the right knee, bend that knee, and step forwards. Breathe in, lengthen the spine. Breathe out, fold deeper. Roll up nice and slow, one vertebra at a time here. Head comes up last. Shrug your shoulders a couple of times. Inhale, sweep the arms up again. Stretch tall, look up. Exhale, bend the knees, hinge forwards at the hips. Again, nod the head yes here, and shake it no. Breathe in and lengthen out, long spine. Your hands might push into your shins here to help you lengthen a bit more. Exhale, fold, curl your upper body down over the legs as tight as you can get. And then bend both knees. Step back, big long step back with your left foot. Drop that left knee to the floor. Remember, if you drop the knee down and it looks like this, and with it right underneath the hip, you're not going to feel the stretch in here that we want. So tuck that back toe, walk the knee and the leg back, drop the knee down where you do feel a stretch in the front of this hip. And remember, option to slide a pillow or double your mat over here. Keep your left hand down, right hand to right thigh. Turn the belly towards your thigh. Inhale to lengthen out. Exhale to turn the belly a little deeper towards the right knee. Roll your right shoulder back, maybe even look back. Unwind back to center. Tuck your back toe, lift that knee. And again, we're going to bend the back knee. Think of it as a spring. We're going to spring the foot to the top of the mat. Breathe in and lengthen. Breathe out and fold. Root down. This time, again, we're going to roll up to stand, one vertebra at a time. Head comes up last. Once you're standing tall, shrug the shoulders a couple times. Breathe in, circle the arms up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Bring your focus in, take a breath here. And then guide your hands onto your hips. Bend your knees. Step straight back with your right foot. Square your hips and shoulders to the top of your mat. And reach the arms up overhead. Push back into your right heel and bend a little deeper into your front knee. Guide your hands to heart center. And turn your torso to square to the long end of your mat. Walk your back foot back a bit. Walk your front foot over a bit. Line your front foot up with your back foot. And then add the arms in. Hold it here. Follow the breath in through the nose, out through the nose. Shoulders relax, arms strong. Reach your upper body over this left bent leg. Hinge the left arm down, push it into the inner thigh. Reach the right arm up towards the ceiling. Rise back to warrior two. Soft shoulders, flip your left palm to face the ceiling. Reach up, press back. Right hand resting easy on your back leg. Come back up tall. Lengthen out your left leg. Turn your right toes in, so both feet are parallel. All toes facing the same direction. Bend your knees, tip forwards at your hips. Place your hands on the mat. Inhale to get longer. Exhale to fold deeper. Take 3 more breaths here. Inhale to lengthen from head to tail. As you exhale, rock the weight a little more into the balls of your feet, lifting your sitting bones high. Bend your knees. Hinge back up to stand. Roll those shoulders a couple of times. Bend your knees. Heel toe, or just heel your feet in so your toes are turned out, knees are turned out. Take a breath in. Exhale, bend your knees and bend your elbows straight out to the sides. Inhale, draw your ribs and belly in, and as you exhale, sink a little deeper for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lengthen up. Relax your arms. Heel toe your feet back together and step to the top of your mat. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands to heart. Hands to hips. Bend both knees. Step straight back with your left foot this time. Glue your left heel down. Reach your arms up. Gaze follows the hands towards the ceiling. Push back into your left heel. Bend deeper into your front knee. Hands come to heart center. We'll turn this into warrior two. Line your feet up. You might need to lengthen your stance a little bit here, and then add the arms. Shoulders down, arms long and strong. Bend into that front knee. Keep that bend. Reach over your right leg. Right arm down, push it into the inner thigh. Left arm up. Turn your gaze towards your top hand, as long as that feels okay in the neck. If it bothers your neck, you can look to the side or even look down. Stay bent in your front knee, come back to warrior two. Flip your right palm to face the ceiling, reach up, press back. Rise back up tall, relax your arms, lengthen your right leg, turn your right toes in, bend the knees a bit, and take your hands behind you, interlace your fingers, lengthen out those arms, fold forwards at your hips, and lift the arms as high off the backside as you can. Breathe into the space between your shoulder blades. Bend your knees, release your hands to the mat. Keep your left hand down, reach your right arm up. Right hand back to the floor, and reach your left arm up. Left hand back down. Walk your hands to meet your right foot. Turn your right toes to face forwards. Pick your left heel up so we're back to a lunge position. And then we'll step back to a plank. Plank from your knees or your toes. We're going to lower down all the way to the belly. Slow, controlled movement on the way down. Press the tops of the feet down, lift the chest with just your back muscles. So not actually pushing with the hands just yet. Hold it here. Press the tops of the feet down. Lift a little higher for 3, 2, 1. Relax forwards. Press back up to a plank. Lift your hips up into downward facing dog. Walk your hands to the back of your mat to meet your feet. So we end up at the base of the mat. Take a breath in and lengthen. Exhale, fold. Root down through the feet. Inhale to hinge back up to stand, reach up. And exhale, hands to heart. From here, step forwards on the right foot. Plant that right foot firm. Keep your hips squared and keep a little bit of a bend in this right knee. Come up onto your left toe. So that toe is like a kickstand. It's not taking a lot of weight in it. You can lift it up or down and it doesn't really change the position of your body. Stretch the arms out for balance. Lift the left toe, but kick really strong through this left leg. Reach the chest forwards, lengthen from head to left heel as you hinge a little more for 5, 4, 3, 2, rise back up. Plant both feet, bend both knees. Let it go. Step forwards on your left foot and we turn the right foot into the kickstand now. Bend that left knee, square the hips and shoulders, reach back, kick back. Eyes are focused on one spot, breath steady in and out. If you feel like you can't breathe, come back to a little bit easier position. Maybe where the toe is just gracing the floor, just kissing the floor. The more you lift that leg, the more challenging it will become. Plant both feet, bend both knees, let it go. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Bend the knees, fold forwards, hands to the mat. Inhale, lengthen, flat back. Exhale, fold nose to knees. Bend those knees, step back to a lunge. Make sure your feet are hip-width distance apart, maybe even slightly wider. Once you feel stable in your lower body, slowly lift the arms by your sides. Again, eyes focused on one spot are going to be really helpful. Breathe. Breath is steady in and out. Make sure the breath is steady even before you lift the arms. Release the hands back to the mat. Bend your back knee. Step forwards. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees. Step straight back with your left foot. High on that left toe. Front knee is bent right over the ankle. Breathe. Focus. Slowly lift up. No bend at all in this back leg. It's totally straight. Release your hands to the mat. Step back, find your plank. From your knees or your toes, again, we're going to lower slow and controlled. Lead with the chest. Land on the belly. Lift the chest, but this time reach the arms back by your sides and lift the legs. Get longer on your inhale, lift higher on your exhale. Release the hands under your shoulders. Push with the hands to come up over the knees. And we'll sink back to a child's pose. Hips reach towards the heels. Belly and chest and even the head fold towards the mat. Take a couple of deep breaths right down into the sides of your rib cage, down into the low back. Come forwards to tabletop. Walk the knees up between your hands and take a seat on your heels. So seated, nice and tall. Remember, if this position bothers your ankles or your knees, you can always sit up on a pillow here. Eventually, we want to start to lean back, weight in the hands, Maybe even eventually weight down into the elbows. Wherever you're at, let your eyes close or focus on one spot and simply breathe. Make your way back up tall. Plant your hands in front of your knees. Step back to a plank, and then lift those hips all the way up into down dog. Right knee comes forwards behind the right wrist. Your shin is on a slight angle towards the top of the mat, but then this back leg is what controls the depth. So walk that knee back, walk that toe back, until you feel a good amount of stretch in this right hip. Stay tall for the first few breaths. Not so tall that it hurts your low back. If it's bothering your low back at all, come a little bit forwards, but don't go all the way to the forearms just yet. Using the weight of our torso to put a little bit extra pressure into the hips. Nice deep breaths. Walk the upper body forwards and make this a bit more passive, so resting on your forearms, making a pillow with your fists to rest your hands, or even taking the head all the way to the mat. Notice where you feel the sensation here in the body. Breathe into that sensation. So if you feel it in the outer hip, you feel it in the low back, breathe in and imagine those spots have a balloon inside. So when you breathe in, it's going to feel like it gets a little bit tighter, a little bit fuller. But then as you breathe out, let the body soften around the pose, soften into the mat. Walk your upper body back up. Put some weight in your hands, so nice strong arms here. Tuck your back toe under, lift the hips, step back into downward dog. You can pedal the heels, swivel the hips, and then we'll step into the other side. Left knee comes forwards behind the left wrist. Right knee and toe walk back till you feel a good amount of effort and emphasis here in your left hip. And again, we're going to start by staying tall, proud through the chest. And then from here, make it a bit more passive. Come onto the forearms, find a place to rest your head. And breathe deep into those tight spots, the parts that feel a little restricted. Walk the upper body back up tall. Plant your hands, tuck your back toes, and step back into that upside down V again. Pedal the heels, swivel the hips. Drop your knees to the mat and flip right over to a seated position. From seated, lengthen out your right leg and bring the sole of your left foot into the inner thigh. We're going to start by reaching towards the right foot. Sweep the left arm up and over. Big side body stretch here. Come on back up tall and turn to face your right leg. Fold again. Rise back up to center. Switch legs. Left leg out, right foot in. Reach up and over. Reach first towards your left ankle or foot, whatever you can get a good grip on. And then again, we're going to sweep right side up and over. Breathe down into this right side body, down towards that right hip. Rise tall and turn your torso to be more squared over your left leg and fold again. Rise up tall. Reach your left leg straight forwards. Your right foot steps to the outside of that leg. We're gonna sit tall and then turn your belly towards this top knee. Hug that knee in close. Place your right hand behind you. Sit tall on your inhale. Twist a little deeper on your exhale. Unwind back to center. Roll onto your left hip. Push the right knee away and look behind you. Rise back up tall. We'll do the same thing to the other leg. Left foot steps over the right. Sit tall. Hug that left knee against your belly and chest and twist to look over your left shoulder. Unwind back to center. Keep the legs the same. Plant your right hand behind you. Roll onto the right hip. Push your left knee away as you look back and over that right shoulder. Unwind back to center. Roll down onto your back. Walk your feet in so the heels are nice and close to your buttocks. Head down, shoulders down. Lift your hips towards the ceiling. Walk your arms and round your shoulders underneath of you. Interlace the fingers beneath your buttocks. Root down through the feet. Lift your hips as high as you can. And take 5 full breaths here. Roll the arms out from underneath of you. Roll your spine down 1 vertebra at a time. And once your hips touch down, just let the knees sway right and left. Bend the knees into the belly. Grab onto your feet. We call this happy baby pose. Lengthen your spine out, shoulders stay down. Press the knees towards the floor on the outside of your rib cage. And then release the feet together. So press the bottoms of the feet together. Flare the knees out away from you, but keep your shoulders and head down. Lengthen those legs out. Stretch out long and comfortable. Roll your shoulders underneath of you. Let your whole body relax. Bring your attention back to your breath. Take a big full breath in and expand your rib cage out to the side. Exhale, let it out slow, soft, and controlled. Inhale again, big breath in. Fill and expand the rib cage into the back and the sides. Exhale it out slow, soft, controlled. Again, big breath in. As you exhale, let your body get heavier and softer. Again, deepest, fullest breath you've taken yet today. Exhaling, getting softer, heavier. Do that one last time. Big breath in. Exhale to let it go. Start to wiggle your fingers, your toes. Circle the wrists and ankles a few times. Bend the knees into the belly and roll onto one side. You might want to make a pillow with your arm. Take a few breaths here. Make sure that you feel good, not too lightheaded. If you're feeling lightheaded, stay right here until you don't feel lightheaded anymore. And then push yourself up slow. Keep your eyes on the floor as you come up. That will help you to not feel dizzy as you come up, or to feel less dizzy as you come up. And then from here, we'll make our way up to stand. This is always a good way to come to stand, working your way into that upside down V shape, walking hands to feet, feet to hands, and roll yourself up to stand. Have a great day.